Now that Kerrigan's allies aren't particularly useful to her anymore, it is time to get rid of them. And in the previous episode, we ended up killing both General Duke as well as our dear old friend Phoenix, who I guess just died for the second time. And the next mission is called Fury of the Swarm. I love this image, by the way. It looks epic. But anyways, we're in Kerrigan's fortress on the planet Tarsonis 2 days later.
My queen, our scouts have just discovered a massive wave of Zerg in high orbit. Hundreds of Zerg have landed upon Tarsonis and are even now approaching our location. A number of our outposts are already under attack by the Renegade Swarm.
So the UED is testing out the control of their pet Overmind. I had hoped to lay low after we raised Korhal, but it seems the UED is intent on forcing my hand.
Shall I rally your forces, my queen?
Yes. We've got to defend our remaining outposts and make sure that the Renegades can't gain a foothold in our immediate vicinity. Once we've secured our perimeter, we'll begin to take the fight to their hive clusters.
Alrighty, so it turns out that the majority of the UED died, but I think a whole lot of them are still left over as well. And apparently, they are now testing their capabilities while controlling that Overmind that we saw them take control over during the last mission of the 5th episode of this campaign. But anyways, in the next one, we have to go ahead and destroy the Renegade Zerg, because apparently they are currently on Tarsonis. Alrighty, here we go. Apparently my base right here, I've got a lot of bases here right from the get-go, is already under attack. Get out of there, Hydralisk. There's a base over here as well. There is going to be one over here hiding on the right-hand side of the map, and there's actually one that's also being attacked right now up north. Okay, so apparently the Renegade Zerg is immediately going after the bases that I've got. That does mean that I should probably go ahead and set up some static defense over on this side of the map. Right here, just to make sure that we can defend once they make their way towards the center here. Because I think that, indeed, all of the bases that I've got are going to be lost in just a matter of seconds. Let's run all of the units that we got towards the center. Don't really want to bait them over there, of course, but my units are dying very rapidly. Hide, my little Zergling. Hide over there. And let's morph in the very first sunken colonies here as well. Okay, so I got a handful of units over on this side of the map. We can go for one over here as well. I went for the spore there just in case we need to detect lurkers, which I saw just now. There we go. We're gonna have to be careful. There's actually a bunch of lurkers burrowed everywhere. Oh, actually. Oh, okay, I see. I think that this behavior right here only really happens... And I don't know if this is true, but I think that this only really happens if your Zerglings are trying to cross the shortest distance here. When you are on an island. That would make a lot of sense. Otherwise, I think the Zerg would currently be overrunning this as well. Ooh. I'm sorry, Mr. Dragon. Mr. Dragonalisk. An old Zerg species that sadly went extinct. But I'm pretty sure, judging here by all of the water that we already see here, that we are currently on an island. So I have to be a little bit careful. That does mean, though, that I still will need to get a lot of static defense as well. Because obviously, even though we seem to be on an island... yeah, we certainly are. There's no way that they're not going to be attacking me, right? Like, previous experiences in this campaign will definitely dictate that there's going to be a push coming with, you know, either like Hydralisks or maybe like a Dropper Lord or whatever, trying to drop off some units over here as well. But it's kind of interesting. So, apparently the UED is still alive. And they actually still have some control over the Overmind as well, which is pretty interesting to see. Let's go ahead and get started right here with Metabolic Boost. I should probably get a Spore Crawler as well, in case they do decide to push with Mutas. Oh well, speak of the devil. Hope I'm not dead. That's a bunch of Hydralisks. I can't do very much. Why so many though? Are you kidding me? What? I don't have any... Oh, no, I don't have an Evo Chamber. Oh, we're gonna have to get a bunch... We're gonna have to get a bunch of static defense out, or maybe some Scourge or something. I do have a Spire. There's now also a Devourer over here? Okay. Alright, I've quickly restarted the mission. Let's get started right here with Spore Colonies right from the get-go. And I'm also gonna make as many drones as I possibly can. Let's hide these Overlords in the corners, so we lose as few of those as we possibly can. I guess we can try and hide some units here as well. You need to make sure that you fly over that high ground. You need to make sure that you come and hang out in the center. you're more than welcome over here, buddy. But let's go ahead and get started here with building up that eco. These bases right here are gonna be dead for sure. These bases over here are gonna be dead for sure. So if you guys could all come ahead, or go ahead and hang out over here in the corner, that'd be lovely. And maybe you won't actually be found, so we can use that to our advantage to hopefully get a little bit more out. Let's go ahead and get started here with a third hatchery as well. Gonna need as much larva as I can. And I want to make sure that I get another colony started over here. And maybe even another one over here as well, just to deal with these mutas that came in so early. I wonder if that, like, sometimes I've noticed these campaign missions, they end up playing out a little bit differently, right? If that push comes in right now again, we know for certain that it's a scripted event, right? But sometimes it feels like there's an attack coming and then I restart the mission and that attack never comes. I wonder if that was one of those as well. Because sometimes units just simply find... Sometimes units just secretly find a way to get the engagements done and... Oh, actually, I need to get myself an evo chamber. I don't know if that's true though in this particular one as well. But I have found that that happens all the time. And actually, with that many units coming in so early on as well, I don't even know if I can really, you know, even defend that in the first place. So let's just go ahead and hang out the Overlords right over there or so. And let's continue building up that drone count that we so desperately need. Maybe I'm a little bit greedy here with my third hatchery already. Whatever. So... I think our top priority is to go ahead and maybe drop off some Hydras and Lurkers that I still plan on building, because I didn't really get to try them very much. I didn't get to try them very much in the previous mission, even though we unlocked them there. I only really used the first 3 that I got, and that was about it. I want to make some more in this particular one as well. But that does mean that I'm going to have to take back these bases, because there's no way I can properly build a Zerg army off of only a single base. Well, you can, but it's a little, you know, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Gotta get a lot of solid income though. Already having a handful of workers here available is gonna make things way, way easier for us. And there we go. Alright, I'm ready for your push. There we go. I say that, and immediately they do come in. Baiting you to watch the spores. Man, that's a lot of units though. No Devourer this time around though. Still a lot of units. I hope I have enough. I don't even know. Alright. Yeah, no Devourer this time around. That's weird. Haven't seen that one just yet. Anyway, we got a bunch of spores set up. That should do just fine. I wonder, sometimes they maybe on like attack move or something and they see something wiggle over on this little island and they happen to just attack. It's a little bit disappointing. Sadly, apparently some mutas are now also going after all of these units, which is a little bit frustrating too. Hopefully my Overlords can live for just a little while longer, but... Alright, so far so good. So since I plan on playing, since I plan on playing Hydra Lurker, I definitely need to get myself that Carapace and then also...
facility towards the rear of the Renegade's landing zone. There appears to be a number of UED scientists working within the compound, but we are unable to determine the purpose of their presence.
Oh, I like this.
I know what they're up to. I suspected that the UED's control of the Overmind was tenuous. Tarsonis is too powerful for them to maintain direct control over the swarms, so they've sent these scientists to coordinate their attack.
Cerebrate, focus your attacks against the Terran facility. All of the UED scientists must be killed. Only then will we be able to finish off these Renegade Zerg.
I see how it is. Okay. I was gonna say, that seemed like a little bit of a silly objective, right? So apparently the UED doesn't quite have as much control over the Overmind as we initially assumed. And apparently they need to be a little bit closer by. So there are 30 UED scientists and we have to kill every single last one of them. I'm always a big fan of these, like, scrappy missions, I suppose. Anyway, what I was saying is that I need to get myself Ventral Sacs as well as Nematized Carapace in order to actually drop my units off. It's all gonna be pretty gas heavy though, so I am definitely gonna need to take over one of these bases as well. There is gonna be an extractor over there. There's also an extractor over there. There's a bunch of extractors actually. I don't know. I don't really care which one I take. I just know that I'm gonna have to take care of the Zerg that are currently on that island. Or I guess outside of the island. Alright. So let's get started right here with making a bit of an army then. I don't have that much room here in the center though. This is gonna get messy real fast. Let's go ahead and get Ventral Sacs going after the next little wave. I should probably get a handful of Zerglings as well, just because I'm already flooding minerals. Gas is pretty much always your limiting factor. But there we go. Okay, very good. I am getting myself +1 missile, which is going to be very helpful on those Hydras and Lurkers. Since I'm already at Lair, I can research the Lurker aspect here in just a little bit. Let's get the Ventral Sax upgrade started. And, I don't know which base we're gonna go first. I think the one in the south may be the most logical one, because I've got a couple of Overlords over there too. Or maybe this one over here instead. It's okay. I can pick up these links as well and get some more reinforcing units in, I guess. I don't know if actually, there seemed to be building bases there previously. Yeah, look, they're actually mining there. They're actually mining there, so that's a little bit frustrating. Let's get muscular augments here next. And I guess for now, we'll just simply get a lot of links. Maybe a couple of Overlords as well is not a bad idea. Just because I'm going to need to drop them off, and I'm going to need them here eventually anyway. Alright, so our top priority here is to first off go ahead and take over a couple of these bases. We'll probably have to destroy every single last one of them, and then we'll push towards the western end of this map as well to make sure that we take control of this area once and for all. Let's get a couple of Hydras started here too. Because I don't have that much anti-air right now, and it probably would be useful to have some of those. +2 attack, probably not a bad idea here either. Actually, I'm gonna go +1 armor instead. May make a little bit more sense because it benefits my links as well. But in just a little bit, we're gonna be able to push down. Yeah, there's actually bases everywhere, look at that. And they're all defended by Lurkers too. Don't die! Oh no, actually, they're doing a pretty decent job. Alright. Ventral Sax, you are almost finished up, lovely. Muscular augments, you're almost done here as well. Then it means that it's time for the Lurker aspect right now, so I can start morphing in those beautiful Lurkers as well. Alright, here we go. Let's load up the Zerglings. That's Guardians? You kidding me? Alright, this works. This works for me. If you're gonna be fighting on top of a spore, it's gonna make things significantly easier. You know what? Let's just get the Zerglings in these Overlords first. I don't know exactly which ones of you are full and which ones aren't, but whatever. Do any of you have space? I love the tedious process of getting these things in there. Okay, perfect. You don't have any units in you, sir. Wonderful. Alright, let's go ahead and save real quick before I make a terrible mistake. And let's get started by dropping off the units over here. Just so we can keep these things alive. And with that, actually, I'm gonna need another Overlord as well. Or maybe just bring one back in just a little bit. Just because I definitely will need to drop down a what is it called, a drone over in this area as well. Alright, wonderful. Let's get you to pick up some workers here. Very good. Let's get you to pick up some of those workers. And actually, wow! It's not a dragon! I love it. The 4 frames a second jump. Let's get you to drop down over here. And continue killing some of these units. Ooh. One of the Lurkers trying to quickly burrow, but luckily for us we were right on top of that. And with that, this base is indeed going to be taken care of right from the get-go. Nice. Okay, drones have arrived here as well, so let's get started with this base. And I guess we may very well be advancing onwards to the next base as well if we want to. No particular reason not to, right? Anyway, I'll continue making some drones here as well, and we'll just simply load these into the Overlords as well. And we'll just sort of ferry them back and forth to make sure that we're gonna have enough workers mining from this base right from the get-go. Perfect. That means that it's time for the next base. I don't know if there's gonna be one over here as well, but I would not be surprised if that's gonna be the case. We could also send these links in over here. Don't really want to lose all of my Overlords, if I don't have to. A lot of splash damage, though, coming out of this area. Lynx are gonna have a pretty tough time over there. Okay, very good. But once again, we are taking care of another base here in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, and I think we'll be able to use this base to our advantage in just a little bit too. At the very least, I want to make sure that the majority of the units are going to be gone here, right? That's kind of the top priority. I don't know if we really have to worry about all too many of these things, but... Okay. If you could drop down the drones as well, that'd be great. And let's get these guys to mining. Great. Alright, one more base dealt with. Don't know if I need to mine from this one here as well, but this should do pretty well for us right now. I think I may actually stop, like, making too many units here on this side. It would be easier to just simply produce the majority of my army right over here instead, right? So much easier. Do have to have enough detection here nearby, though, to kill all of these lurkers. Yeah, we'll just use the base in the center, I think, primarily for mining purposes. Although... there's currently already a couple of units over here. Trying to be a nuisance. Let's get some of the Hydras from this island. Over towards the expansion here as well. We're gonna need some spores. Whew! And fast! Because I am losing a lot of drones here right from the get-go. And I don't really want to bother with that if I don't have to. A lot of, like, multitasking, though, that's forced to get done here already. I like it a lot. These missions are getting significantly more difficult. I can't imagine that when these missions first came out, because I've been playing RTS games for a very long time, right? If these missions first came out and StarCraft was my first RTS, I can imagine that I would have been, you know, rather helpless when it came to a lot of these engagements. Anyway, we can produce a little bit more here. I got 3 hatcheries, so I don't really need to, like, get lazy here either, right? No particular reason for that, but... this base is now also being picked up. All of the Zerg larvae are currently dying, which really is too bad for them. But with this expansion here now nearly saturated, I'm going to be able to morph in some lurkers here as well. And we will use them to start engaging against the rest of the Zerg that is currently trying to be a nuisance. We'll drop a lot of Hydralisks off over this side of the map as well. Let's get the Overlords back over here. And we'll have to get started here as well with the gas. I think having the gas over there is going to make things a lot easier. Okay, very good. Let's burrow you all, just because we can. We'll make a bunch of drones over here as well, so we can go ahead and ferry those over here too. And I guess you are going to be home defense for now on the, you know, for the base right here in the corner as well. I don't really know if I plan on mining over here, but I may as well give it a try. They actually keep dropping off, a lot of units, but static defense over in my main is doing a good job already at keeping all of these things alive. And there we go. Let's go ahead and drop off some units right over on this side of the map once again. And almost, actually, we got a very nice little bit of supply here. Almost. I think we're ready to make another push here happen. Let's get +2 upgrades. Very nice. Let's start mining from this gas here as well. There we go. We're probably gonna need about 5 or so drones for that one, because it's rather far away. In classic campaign map fashion. Zerglings are continuously trying to be a pain, but we'll get up a couple more creep colonies here. And that should make that all dealt with very easily. Although losing a losing a spawning pool would kind of suck. Anyway, so we got a lot of units here. Let's get them all to mine over here at this base. Starting up a couple of units now as well for that base over here. A handful of drones, and I think that is going to be all of the drones that I'm going to need for this game. I don't think I'm going to need anything else. Got a lot of Hydras, got a lot of units here in general. Let's bring you with us as well. It's time to assault the next Zerg base. And actually, the one right here in the main base just ran out. That ran out really rapidly. Good thing I already got an expansion coming in once again. Whew. Let's get you guys into this Overlord here instead. And, well, we'll have some more defenses here in the meantime, I guess, but... You guys can hang out over here and essentially be free from battle for the time being. Very good. Let's get you guys to unload over there, and we're gonna start pushing. Oh, we actually can go to the one in the north from here. Oh, okay. I guess we're gonna have to drop once again. There's a lot of dropping here involved. I like it a lot. This is a lot of fun. Let's get these overlords once again in position. a lot of drop-a-lord shenanigans, though. Wonderful. Didn't I have another overlord with units in there? I don't know where it went. It may have died. Oh, this one right here has got a lot of drones in it. If you guys have any leftover, like, units in there, right? Please drop them off right now. There's still a lot of leftover units in a lot of these things. Alright, get in there. Start mining this base. Alright, and a little bit of micromanagement later. I got the majority of my units inside of this overlord right here. It's time to take out the next base that I more than likely will need to get rid of as well. Continued aggression here, of course, right when I leave. Who's surprised? Certainly not me. Okay, more overlords. Sure, I'll make about 1 billion of them. There we go. This base is gonna be made short work, though. Look at that. Overlord, 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 Overlord. Spore Crawler apparently just barely doesn't give me vision range there. Woo! Oh, there's actually a couple of them. That's what's going on there. Man, this is so sick, though. This is not an easy mission at all. These missions are getting significantly trickier. Could you guys not just move over there, please? Whew. Alright, another base taken care of, but not as cleanly as I was hoping for. Do you think I should start mining from this base too? Because this one over here is going to run out of resources real quick. I guess especially if you don't have any workers there. It's probably helpful to get some more drones going, but... Kinda crazy though. Look at the amount of aggression here. Continuously coming in. So sick. Alright, at least that Devourer will once again go down. We'll be able to replace the majority of these dudes as well. Apparently a single Guardian is trying to like make short work of most of these things here too. Got a bunch more drones finished up. Get them back into the drone or into the mineral production here as well. I guess we can even transfer some workers just like that. And with that, we are probably going to be okay here for now. In the meantime, my attacking force is not looking as healthy anymore. It's not looking terrible either, though. So I've dropped off a drone over here as well. There's still a lot of healthy mineral... Actually, I'm going to move you over just a little bit if I can. There's a lot more healthy mineral patches right here. I got a group of Hydras that just spawned over there. Who hopefully are going to be able to fit in a couple of these Overlords as well. Make a bunch more over here for home defense. And I'm going to use these to reinforce the army over here. So we can take out the base there to the north of the island expansion. I'm just simply going to leave units behind in every single base. It's probably the best way to go about things. We may have to group them all up together once we actually do start engaging their main force, but for now, this should do just fine. There we go. You guys are going to be hotkey 1. You're going to be following these guys. So I have some detection here as well against lurkers. You can't attack move lurkers. It's so annoying. I'm so used to hitting A move, right? Or E move with my hotkey setup. I'm so used to moving units around that way. But you can't do that with lurkers. They just stand there. If you give them attack move command, they don't do anything. I think at the very least that's what's going on. Alright, if we could kill that real quick. To that blind lurker, apparently. Okay, very well done. Get more units going. Whew. Ultras actually do a huge amount of damage as well. But apparently lurkers are going to be pretty decent against them. Is this mine? That one is mine. Okay, good. Not all of them are, though. Let the lurkers clean up the Ultra, please. Alright. And this base is indeed gonna get cleaned up right over here as well. Which is nicely done. I think we'll leave some of these units behind here as well. I'll probably need a little bit more than just this, though, to be completely honest with you. But at the very least, the majority of the stuff is gonna be gone here too. And I don't actually think I necessarily need to clean this one up. As long as I can hold on to the base over on this side, we're probably gonna be fine. Let's go ahead and send out some of these units from the expansion towards the one that we just acquired. I'm getting some more drones over there as well. If you guys could drop off whatever there is left in you, that would be great too. Alright. And you guys also drop off, please, what you have over there. Just so hopefully we're going to be in a decent position to deal with all of this stuff as well. Morphing in a couple of defensive lurkers now on this newly acquired base too. And we're going to try and make a little bit of mining happening there, okay? I'll send these lurkers back. And these units are all going to be here for defense primarily. Main base is right now under a lot of pressure. I've got quite a lot of units remaining, however. And they are well upgraded too. Yeah, more than well upgraded, actually. Very good. Burrow these guys. And that means that finally we can start mining from this base here as well. In the meantime, though, my newly acquired base apparently isn't doing particularly well. Dark Swarm here. Alright, it's time to engage the UED one. Let's go ahead and save right here, right now. I've taken control of the majority of the stuff. I love the difficulty here, though. This is a lot of fun. Let's wait just a little bit for these spawning units as well. This will disappear in just about 20 minutes, guys. Don't worry about it. We'll get there eventually. What a mess. Alright. Wonderful. 1A, 2A, 3A. Let's see if we can make a bit of a push here across the bottom hand side, or the bottom side of the map. I guess I could have taken it a little bit easier if I wasn't like rushing the drop so much, but... Okay, let's make sure that we are safe at this point. So we can go back if I end up absolutely butchering a push here. There is something here in the bottom corner. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually need to drop off over there as well. Lurkers are actually pretty great though for dropping. So we got that going for us. Just in case, I'm already gonna send the Overlords over there. Just because I wouldn't be surprised if that is gonna be the case. Oh, my Lurkers are still hanging out over there. I was attack moving them. 1A, 2A. 3 attack move. Or not attack move, rather. 3 move command. Lurkers are nearly there. Whew. We found a Defiler mount. Okay, so this base is not gonna live for very long. Lurkers are there right now. We're gonna be able to clean this up with absolute ease. Very good. Let's continue making Hydras over here. Don't know if I need any detection, actually. Don't think any of my Hydras are dying, right? No, it doesn't look like it. So that means that we are probably doing pretty well. There's actually an entrance right here into the Terran base over here near the bottom. Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to see.
Our forces are under attack.
Very good. Reinforcing this army once again as well. You guys can be hotkey number 4. Except for you larva. I want you to be replaced with just a little bit different... just a bit of a different unit. And then we'll go ahead and continue getting more and more Hydras in here as well. Okay, you guys can be hotkey 5. So many units! So many control groups! Such a mess. But we're moving across, we're doing damage, and we're killing the majority of the Renegade Zerg right here. Next up, we'll have to assault that Terran base as well. There's actually a bit of an alleyway over here. What's going on? I mean, I'm not complaining. Just a little surprised to see this many units hanging out in this weird choke. Oh, here we go. Very good. Guess I can have more Hydras. There we go. Hotkey number 6. Great. I want to have my Lurkers in position here first, since they are obviously in the ground. Becomes pretty doable to kill these units otherwise. Does the Terran actually get detection as well? From the Overlords? I don't think so, right? This is such a tight choke, though, to fight through. Push in. Trying to push my my Lurkers as far forward as I can. Whew. Lurkers are doing work, though. Whoa, I like the Lurkers a lot. They are doing a sick job. Let's get some more. Okay. More Overlords. That's a good sign. There is currently once again a big push coming in from that angle, but...
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, we are indeed killing a lot of the scientists. Only 15 remain. Let's go ahead and simply just hang them out in the corner everywhere. Making sure that we kill as much as we can. And I think we are indeed pushing through this area just fine. 10 UED scientists remaining. Let's get you guys to fight. 4 Ultralisks. Being forced to get, or all caged up, you know? Like, forced to participate in experiments and all that. Only a handful of them remaining. I don't know where they are. My units are killing everything, though, so I'll take that as a success so far. 2 remain. I see one over here. 1 remain. Where is he? Has anyone found him? And it turns out that once again, we are a little bit too fast for the UED to respond in time. And we ended up killing all of the UED scientists that apparently were taking control of all of the Renegade brood here. And I wouldn't be surprised if actually Kerrigan can right now take all of these Zerg units under her command again as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this episode here today. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Special thank you to all of the Patreon supporters for making these videos possible. But other than that, I want to thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I'll see you in the next one.